One thing that makes Fortnite unique from other games is their live events. They were the only game to actually do them until COD did some and Roblox had some concerts. But Fortnite doing live events is still something that gets the community hyped and brings in massive amounts of players. But we aren't here to talk about the live events. We're here to talk about the free rewards Fortnite gave out to players surrounding the events. Most of the time being cosmetics being given to players by logging into the game during a certain amount of time, attending an event, or even sometimes given out as compensation. And we're gonna be going over all of them in the 36 seasons and around 40 events. So if you guys enjoyed this video and want to support me, make sure to do all these things on the screen now. I'm not gonna waste 30 seconds just to go over all this stuff. Let's get started. Starting with the first free live event reward, it's not something that was originally planned by Epic. During the vaulting event during Chapter 1 Season 8, some players' live events weren't starting.
Timer is 0. Yeah, come on, boys. I'm gonna be on the ground here. What's happening? Yeah, this is the biggest
Causing him to miss the event. Fortnite apologized for this by making the live event available to be seen in replay mode, and also gave players who attended the event the Arcana glider. And players who already owned it got a refund for 1,200 V-Bucks. For something that wasn't supposed to be a live event reward to begin with, it's nice Epic actually gave compensation for the issues when they didn't have to, and the glider is cool too. Moving to the Live at Risky Real Star Wars event, where Fortnite actually had the rewards planned this time. For attending the Live at Risky Reals live event, players were granted the TIE Whisperer Star Wars glider for loaning to the event. But just like the vaulting, there were some problems where some people couldn't loan into the event and couldn't get the glider. Unfortunately, Fortnite didn't give out the glider or any item to anyone who missed the event this time, which sucks for collectors and for Star Wars fans. But the glider is big just like almost every Star Wars glider except for like 5, but it could be worse like the Millennium Falcon or Boba Fett's ship. One of the 2 live events in Chapter 2 Season 2 had some free rewards for logging in, that being the Travis Scott Astronautical event. This time you actually got 3 rewards just for attending one of the 5 events, meaning you had multiple chances to experience the event and get the items instead of just one. One of the awards being the Astro World Cyclone Glider, which is pretty popular in our community and looks cool. And we also got the Astro Wild and Kaiser Revolution loading screens, where the art looks amazing. Shout out to Alexis Zerit and Delicious Design League for creating these cool loading screens, but it's too bad they won't come back like the Travis Scott skin. Skipping forward 4 seasons, we got a kind of reward that's not really a reward. At the start of Chapter 2 Season 6, we had a Season's Beginning live event, where Jonesy needed to close off the portals to the different realities from Chapter 2 Season 5. It was the first solo event and it was pretty cool too, but there was one problem. You're supposed to load into the event when you first load into the game, but some players didn't load in. Making people miss out on an event you can only watch once when loading either Chapter 2 Season 6 for the first time. Due to this, Fortnite made the event replayable via game mode. I know this doesn't really count as not something you could actually wear or equip, but it's like the vault thing where it's compensation. Not only for people who miss out on the event, but for people who watch the event too, where you can watch it again and again and again and again. Going back to another season with 2 live events, one event in Chapter 2 Season 7 had rewards for watching the event. This time it was the Rift Tour, and the only Rift Tour because I felt like they should have done it again with more artists. And it seems like they planned it since the advertising said featuring Ariana Grande, meaning maybe they were planning to do it more in the future. But maybe they changed it to Fortnite Festival, and sometimes the headliner got a concert made in UFN. We only got 2 or 3, one for Karol G, one for Metallica, if you want to count the popular music video debut, which is kind of like the Party Royale events. Remember those? We have like 5 and Party Royale died and it's still dead. Anyways, we actually have a lot of rewards for this one, and one that you can only get by watching a certain device, which was the first and only time they did this. The first reward was the Kylie Cloud Cruiser umbrella, which I ranked easiest to get on my ranking every umbrella from easiest to hardest to get video back in 2022. Because to get this, all you had to do was attend any Rift Tour events showing out of the 5. Moving on, we also had the Rainbow Cloud Cruiser umbrella, which is just a recolor of the Kylie Cloud Cruiser umbrella, the Sky Up High loading screen, which the art looks cool, and the Rift Tour theme banner. And to get all this, you had to be a Fortnite Crew subscriber and log in between August 5th at 10 AM to August 9th at 10 AM, which was one day before and after the Rift Tour. Pretty weird they locked the event rewards to be a paid subscription, but at least this is the only time they did it. And for the last rewards, we got the Rifted Spray, which was only attainable by attending one of the events on a Samsung device. This seems kind of random. I don't know if there was a certain contract between Epic and Samsung at the time, or if Epic asked Samsung or Samsung asked Epic, But I guess it's not as random since Samsung used to partner with Epic to do Galaxy Cups and release a new Galaxy skin. But overall, the main reward was a good gift from Epic, and the rest of the stuff was cool too. For the end of Chapter 2, we got the end event, which also have rewards. The rewards we got were the Cubes Creator Loading Screen and Royale Cube Wrap. I don't really have much to say about this stuff. I guess the loading screen looks cool, and the wrap looks kind of good, I guess, on skins, like cube themed or whatever. But other than that, I really have nothing to say. But the event was cool though. I loved it. Moving on to the next chapter, we have the Collision Live event. We're logging in starting June 4th. We got the Collision Chorus music pack and Ready to Launch loading screen. Personally, I always love Epic's music during live events, and whenever we get them as a jam track, I always like that too. Too bad they don't do that anymore. I was kind of disappointed when we didn't get a jam track of the Big Bang music because it was a remix of the OG of end event music, and I like that music too. And the Big Bang sounded cooler. Anyway, I thought Collision music was pretty cool. And the loading screen is just a key art for the live event, which makes a lot of sense because Fortnite usually does that a lot more common now. Especially since they've done it more for more live events, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, both rewards are still pretty cool. Going to the worst event in the history of Fortnite, we got Fractured, but the rewards was way better in an event. By logging in between December 2nd at 9 AM and December 4th at 2:45 AM, you got the Toasty Roast emote, which is a group emote so you and your friends and randoms can also roast marshmallows. The emote looks cool and is also a pretty good idea, and once again, better than an event 100%. Skipping to the end of Chapter 4, we hit the Chapter 1 mini-season, Season OG. For a 10 event, you got the Big Bang loading screen, which showed the Slim Shady skin. Looks pretty cool, but this specific shot never happened during the event. And we also got the Marshall Magma style for the Marshall Nevermore M&M skin. This was the first time Epic gave out a style for any cosmetics just for attending a live event, which was cool. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do this again in the future, or maybe give us a skin. But even if you didn't own the Marshall Nevermore skin before the event, you should still get the style when buying it from the item shop whenever it comes back, which is like every few months. Honestly, this is a good move by Epic since it would be kind of stupid if they didn't. But if it wasn't like that, it probably would have boosted the sales due to collectors or people who didn't want to miss out on the style. But overall, the style is cool. Although we did have some events in Chapter 5, all of them I guess were considered mini events and didn't have any rewards except for one. Going to the end of Chapter 5 at the next mini season, Chapter 2 Remix, we had the most rewards we have ever gotten from a live event, and we also got our first skin reward. For logging in between November 25th at 9 AM and November 30th at 9 PM, you got the Slayer Juice WRLD skin, 9999's back bling and pickaxes, Adventure Remix loading screen, number 1 Remix loading screen, Remix with the Golden Touch loading screen, and the Juice WRLD loading screen. Even though the other Juice WRLD skin is better in my opinion, and not a bot skin since everyone who owns it, I still think the skin looks nice and accurate to Juice WRLD, and it's nice Epic gave us a skin for once. The backbling and pickaxe part of the set also look cool too. And for the loading screens, the Adventure Remix, number 1 Remix, and Remix with the Golden Touch loading screens were teasers Epic gave us for Remix, but it's cool we got them as loading screens since we don't get that much. And the Juice WRLD loading screen looks cool too, as it's the same art form for his album cover that came out with the season and event. And on top of that, they sold the skin in the shop for 1,500 V-Bucks, and the bundle with the skin, backbling, and pickaxe for 1,600 V-Bucks. Making it attainable for players who didn't watch the event and wants the skin, which is very generous of Epic not making the skin exclusive. Overall, I think it's cool Epic gave us a skin and stuff for attending a live event. Maybe they did it to boost player count, which would actually make sense since the live event had 14.3 million concurrent players, making it the most viewed live event and most players on Fortnite at once. But maybe it was because of Snoop Dogg, or Eminem, or Ice Spice, or Juice WRLD. Or even maybe because Chapter 2 Season 2 was a beloved season back in 2020 and people wanted to play it again and see how the event ended. But who knows. And finally, from the time I'm recording this, the last live event with rewards was in Chapter 6 Mini Season 1 with the Star Wars Season Galactic Battle. For the rewards, logging out between June 3rd at 9 AM and June 10th at 9 AM, you got the Assault on the Death Star loading screen, which is the key art for the live event without the text. which just like the collision is pretty cool, but not accurate to the event. But from the past loading screens in this video, you already get the idea. And you also got the Quicksilver Baton Spear Pickaxe, which looks pretty cool. Too bad it's not a lightsaber pickaxe. At this point, I feel like we're never going to get one, and we're going to keep getting pickaxes relating to newer characters, like Obi-Wan's Blade, Rey's Staff, or Quicksilver Baton Spear for Captain Phasma. Or we keep getting pickaxes like Darth Vader's Sigil of the Empire, but overall these rewards weren't that bad. Now that we went over all 11 live events that have rewards and all 27 rewards, let's go over some stats. For the lowest rewarding season, we got a 4-way tie between the vaulting event in Chapter 1 Season 8 with the Arcana Glider, the Live at Risky Ribs in Chapter 2 Season 1 with the TIE Fighter Glider, the Zero Crisis Finale in Chapter 2 Season 6 with the replayable event LTM, and Fractured in Chapter 3 Season 4 with the Toasty Roast emote. For the highest rewarding season, we got Chapter 5 Remix with the 7 rewards being the Slayer Juice World, 999 Knights Backwing Pickaxes, Juice's World, Remix with the Golden Touch, Number 1 Remix, and Adventure Remix loading screens. For the overall lowest price reward in item shop terms, it's technically the replayable Zero Crisis Finale event, but for cosmetics, the Astro Wild, Cosmic Revolution, Sky Up High, Cube's Cradle, Ready to Launch, The Big Bang, Adventure Remix, Number 1 Remix, Remix with the Golden Touch, Juice's World, and Death Star Sabotage loading screens, and the Rifted Spray, considering there would be 0 V-Bucks like past single sprays and loading screens in the item shop. And for the overall highest price reward in item shop terms, we got Slayer Juice World at 1,500 V-Bucks sold singly, not counting the Martial Magma style because it's for the skin, and we're only counting the style. For the most reoccurring item type, we got the loading screen of 11, and for the least reoccurring item type, we got a 7-way tie between 1 edit style, 1 emote, 1 backbling, 1 wrap, 1 music pack, 1 spray, and 1 LTM. For the most popular cosmetic based on Fortnite.gg, we got the Asteroid Cyclone Glider with an 89.95% popularity rate. And for the least popular cosmetic from Fortnite.gg, we got the Arcana Glider at 62.17%. Kind of ironic that both of these are gliders. And finally, for the dumbest way to get a reward, we got a tie between playing the Rift Tour event on a Samsung device to get the Rifted Spray, and paying for Fortnite Crew to get the Rainbow Cloud Cruiser Glider, Sky Up loading screen, and Rift Tour banner. In conclusion, Epic is very generous for giving any items just for showing up to one of their events or just logging into the game. I hope they continue to do this and they keep giving us some amazing rewards. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more Fortnite content, turn notifications on so you never miss a Fortnite video, use code Gaberboy, that's the 7YT in the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me. Recap the week of Fortnite with the weekly Fortnite recap videos on YouTube and podcasts on Spotify every Sunday at 10 AM. And go check out Advanced Gaming Supplements and use code GABER10 for 10% off when ordering anything. And I'll see you guys at the next event.